Hi, my name is Sukhpreet Singh, and I'm here to do my presentation on Clifford Olson Jr. The reason why I chose Clifford Olson Jr. is because to say the least, he's a very interesting character. He's a liar, a thief, a con artist, and a serial killer. I'm going to break this presentation down to three separate sections: the precursors, transactions, and the aftermath. Just to give an overall point of view on his criminal mindset. So I'm going to start off with his childhood. He grew up in BC and he went to school. And during his time in school, he was bullied as a kid. And when he was bullied, I feel like it caused some sort of trauma in his life because he felt some type of way when these people were making fun of him or putting him down. So what he did was he took up boxing, and with boxing, one of two things you could do. You could use boxing to do one of two things. One is for self-defense, and the other is to get back at the people that did you dirty or made you feel some type of way. So obviously he wanted to inflict pain amongst those people, but he never did. He never got back at the bullies. He took his anger elsewhere, and he victimized people that were far inferior to him, aka young girls under the ages of 18. These were his main targets. I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. So during his time in high school, he was never really falling under the pressure of falling under peer pressure or anything like that. So because he never really got along with people, he never really had friends, so he would always go about things his own way. So he would do things by himself. And what got him into trouble was he would do things like steal, rob, stuff like that. And his very first crime was burglary, which he was sent to jail for at the age of 17. And this is where his mindset started. This is where his criminal mind started developing, I guess. While he was in jail, he found a way to escape several times. So he really knew how to manipulate the system and use it to his advantage, which is why he was able to escape X amount of times. And so I'm going to get into why, what molded his psychotic serial killer mindset. So like I said earlier, he wanted to get back at people that were that made him feel some type of way. Obviously he didn't get back at the bullies, so he targeted young girls. And his first victim was Christine Weller. She was a young girl, and he murdered her by stabbing her multiple times in the chest and abdomen area, and also he slashed her neck twice. And I think this caused a snowball effect because he got away with it, and he got some type of pleasure or gain, and he really thrived off that, and he fed off that, and so he kept doing it over and over to 11 different people, not necessarily the same way, but some sort of assault or sexual assault or murder or whatever the case may be, really significant crimes causing death, and he really fed off that, right? So he kept doing it over and over, and that led to him going to jail for the last time, in which he was sentenced for life after he was caught, and he finally decided to plead guilty. After he pled guilty, he was diagnosed by several different doctors, and they actually found out that he has no anxiety, no stress, or no kind of inhibiting mechanism that made him do all these things. It's just his situation, his surroundings that molded him to be the person he is. Because that trauma at such a young age, I feel like it caused him to do some activities and go away go about things a certain way. So it's just all situational. It's all like rational choices that he made on his own that molded him to be the person he is today. So like that's what gave him his criminal mind. So he was selfish to a fault. He never learned his lesson because he kept getting away with it for so many years. Um, After those 11 accounts, he tried to attempt suicide.